My new coworker calls my husband our husband. My coworker Dahlia has been calling my husband Reed our husband for 2 months now. At first I thought it was a joke. Now I'm genuinely scared. Reed and I have been married 14 months. He works from home as an architect, so he's the one who drops off lunch when I forget it, who picks me up after late shifts, who shows up to the office holiday party, and charms everyone in the room. My coworkers loved him from the start. He fixes the broken coffee machine, brings homemade banana bread for the whole floor, remembers everyone's birthday. He's perfect. Then Dahlia got divorced in March. That's when everything changed. It started small. When Reed dropped off my lunch, bringing extra sandwiches for the team out of politeness, Dahlia would linger at my desk. He's so thoughtful. My ex could never. You're so lucky. She'd stare at him expectantly, like she wanted him to offer her something more. When he fixed the coffee machine, sleeves rolled up, she'd watch and comment on his arms. So capable. I need a man like that. Reed would get uncomfortable and tell me he had to get back to a deadline. Then came the our husband comments, first as jokes. Reed would text me he was bringing coffee, and Dahlia would say, our husband is so sweet. Reed would carry boxes to my car. Look at our husband being helpful. It's not funny, I told her once. Relax. It's just a joke. We're basically work wives. So we share everything, right? No, we're coworkers. We share a printer, not a husband. The behavior escalated. She started showing up. We have a company app that shows everyone's calendar for scheduling. And whenever Reed and I planned a dinner, Dahlia would text immediately, "Where are you two going? Can I tag along?" If we didn't respond, she'd just appear. Restaurants, the farmer's market, even once on a quiet anniversary walk by the river, there was Dahlia acting like she'd randomly bumped into us. We started turning off my location sharing because she'd track where we were. Just wanted to say hi to our husband. She'd chirp if we slipped away. After the quarterly review, the office had drinks. I got tipsy and called Reed. Dahlia grabbed my phone away. She's much stronger than me, and started talking to him about her dating life. You should teach him some things, she told me, laughing when he went silent on the other end. What? Can't handle girl talk about our husband? Reed started avoiding the office entirely. When he did drop by, he'd barely stay 5 minutes. Dahlia would follow him to the elevator. I'd catch her watching the lobby camera feed on her monitor sometimes. Last week was the breaking point. Reed surprised me for our anniversary, arriving at the office to take me to lunch while I was in a meeting. My work friend Priya texted me, "Your husband's here, but something weird is happening." I rushed out to find Dahlia at my desk, wearing my spare blazer that I keep in my drawer, sitting in my chair with Reed backed against the cubicle wall, looking trapped. "What are you doing?" Dahlia stood up slowly, my blazer looking wrong on her. "I was just showing our husband what it would look like if I worked closer to him. Get up, get away from him." She smiled. "It's an open office, and he didn't seem to mind sitting here with me." "Did you, Reed?" "I told you I needed to wait for my wife," Reed said, voice tight. "You sat down in her chair and started talking like we were a couple. That's not normal. You left your seat open. That's basically an invitation." I went to HR that afternoon, but they said since nothing physical happened, it was just an interpersonal conflict to work out between us. I asked to be moved to a different floor, and they said they'd look into it. 2 days later, Reed told me he didn't want to come to the office anymore. "I'm sorry, but she scares me. Last time she was wearing your clothes. What's next?" I understood, but it hurt. Dahlia was poisoning something good in my life. Yesterday, I came back from lunch to find Dahlia at my computer. I'd stepped away for 10 minutes and left it unlocked. She'd found photos of Reed and me, private ones from our honeymoon. Nothing explicit, but personal. Ours. "Get away from my computer. Our husband looks good in these. I sent a few to myself. Hope you don't mind." "That's not okay. I'm reporting you." "With what proof?" "They're on my phone now. Could have gotten them anywhere. Maybe Reed sent them to me directly. Maybe we have our own thing going." He would never. Who would people believe? The jealous wife or the friendly coworker who just happened to receive some photos? That's when I noticed something else on my screen. My email opened to a draft I didn't write, addressed to Reed. A message ending things, saying cruel things. Dahlia had written it, pretending to be me. "Don't worry, I didn't send it yet, but I could. I know your password. You really shouldn't use the same one for everything." I changed all my passwords that afternoon. I started locking my computer every single time I stood up, even for a second. But when I got to my desk this morning, there was a sticky note on my monitor. "A locked screen won't keep me from our husband. Check your phone." There was a text sent from my number to Reed at 4 a.m. "We need to talk. Coming to your office today. We have something to tell you. Love, D." I never sent that text. I was asleep. My phone was on my nightstand all night. Reed texted back, "Who is D? Why is she coming here? Nadia, what is going on?" I tried calling him, but he won't pick up. Dahlia is gone. Her desk empty, her bag gone. Reed works from our home 25 minutes away. She left over an hour ago. She's there right now, and I don't know what she's telling him. I'm shaking so badly I can barely hold my phone as I try calling Reed again. It goes straight to voicemail for the 4th time. Dahlia has been near our house for at least 20 minutes now. I have no idea what she's saying to him or what she might do. My hands keep slipping on the screen as I try to dial again. The office feels too loud suddenly, the keyboards and the chatter all blurring together. I get up from my desk and pace from my cubicle to the break room and back, checking my phone every few seconds. There's no location dot to follow anymore because I turned mine off, and that makes it worse because now I'm blind. My chest feels tight and I can't get enough air. What is she saying to him right now? Is she showing him those photos she copied? Is she telling him I sent her there? The fake text said we had something to tell him. Like we're a team. Like we're together in this. I try calling one more time, and it goes straight to voicemail again. He's either ignoring my calls, or his phone died, or Dahlia did something to it. None of those options make me feel better. Priya comes out of the conference room and finds me standing in the hallway, gripping my phone with both hands. Her eyes go wide when she sees my face. I must look unhinged. I feel unhinged. I explain what's happening. The words tumbling out so fast, I'm not sure they make sense. The fake text. Dahlia leaving an hour ago. Reed not answering. Priya's face goes pale as she listens. She leans against the wall like her legs won't hold her. She admits Dahlia has been acting even stranger lately, talking about Reed constantly and going through my desk when I'm in meetings. My stomach drops. Priya has known and didn't tell me. She says she's seen Dahlia standing by my cubicle when I'm gone, just touching my things. She's heard Dahlia talking to herself about Reed in the bathroom when she thinks no one's listening. Last week, Priya caught Dahlia trying on my blazer in the empty conference room, looking at herself in the dark window reflection. Priya thought about saying something but didn't want to start drama. Drama? Like this isn't already the worst possible drama. I make the decision immediately. I'm driving home right now, even though I have a client presentation this afternoon. I don't care about the presentation. I need to get to Reed before Dahlia does something worse. Priya offers to come with me for support, and I'm so grateful I could cry. I'm too panicked to drive alone. My hands are still shaking, and I'm not sure I could focus on the road. Priya says she'll drive and I can keep trying to reach Reed. She grabs her keys and tells our manager we have a family emergency. I grab my phone and my bag and nothing else. I don't think about the presentation. I don't think about what I'll do when I get there. I just know I need to go now. We're in her car within 10 minutes. Priya drives while I keep trying Reed. Voicemail. I try texting. No response. The drive home is normally 25 minutes, but at this hour with traffic, it feels like it will take forever. Every red light makes my throat close up. Is Dahlia in our house right now? Is she standing on the porch? Did Reed let her in because he didn't know who she was? The not knowing is the worst part. I open my texts and read the fake message again. We have something to tell you. Love. D. The casual cruelty of it, as if she belongs in my marriage. Priya merges onto the highway, and I watch the exits crawl by. 10 miles to go. It feels like 100. Priya starts talking, and I realize she's been keeping notes about Dahlia's behavior because it disturbed her. She pulls out her phone at a red light and shows me dates and times and descriptions. The times Dahlia stood at my empty desk. The weird comments about sharing everything, the way she watched the lobby cameras. Priya has pages of notes going back weeks. She says she should have told me sooner but didn't want to cause problems. That word again, problems. I tell her it's okay, that I missed the signs too, that we both thought Dahlia was just lonely and bitter after her divorce. But looking at Priya's notes, seeing it written down like evidence, makes it real in a way it wasn't before. This isn't just a coworker being weird, this is something worse. Something dangerous. 20 minutes into the drive, I finally get a text from Reed. My phone buzzes, and I grab it so fast, I almost drop it. The message makes everything inside me freeze. Your coworker is here standing in our driveway, and she's telling our neighbor that you sent her to check on me because you're worried I'm depressed. This is insane. Where are you? I read it 3 times. Dahlia is telling people I sent her. She's using that fake text as proof. She's making herself the concerned friend and making me look like the worried wife, or worse, like the controlling wife who sends people to check up on her husband. My hands shake as I type back. I text immediately explaining that Dahlia sent that text from my phone without permission and that I'm on my way home right now. I tell him about the sticky note, about waking up to find the text already sent, about how I've been trying to call him for an hour. I send it and watch the screen. 3 dots appear. Reed is typing. Then they disappear. Then they appear again. Finally, his response comes through. She's being very calm and reasonable, which is somehow scarier than if she were yelling. That makes my blood run cold. Of course Dahlia is calm. She's good at that. She was calm when she wore my blazer. She was calm when she copied my photos. She's always calm when she does the most disturbing things. That's what makes her so frightening. Priya suggests we stop at a gas station to document everything on my phone. Screenshots of the fake text, the sticky note photo I took, the draft email, the timeline of behavior that's been getting worse. She says we need evidence in case this becomes a legal issue. Legal issue. I hadn't even thought about that. But Priya is right. We pull off at the next exit and park. I start taking screenshots while Priya goes inside to grab us water. I screenshot the fake 4 a.m. text with the timestamp. I screenshot old messages where Dahlia called Reed our husband. I screenshot the draft email she wrote. I screenshot everything I can think of. My photo gallery fills up with evidence. When Priya comes back, she helps me organize it into an album. We label it with today's date just in case. While she's organizing the screenshots, I keep refreshing my phone, hoping for another message from Reed, but nothing comes. I picture Dahlia standing in our driveway, her calm voice, her earnest face, and I want to throw up. Priya hands me a water and tells me to drink it, that I need to stay steady for whatever we walk into. She says we have to think clearly now, that being emotional won't help Reed. I nod and try to breathe. We get back in the car and merge onto the highway again. Priya keeps both hands on the wheel and asks me to read her the timeline out loud, partly to keep me focused and partly so we both have the order of events straight in our heads. I read it out, the our husband jokes, the lingering at my desk, the showing up at restaurants, the phone grabbed at the office party, the blazer at my chair, the photos copied, the fake email, the sticky note, the 4 a.m. text. Hearing it all in sequence makes my chest tighten. It's been building for 2 months, getting worse every single week, and somehow none of us stopped it. I tell Priya that I keep replaying the first time Dahlia said our husband, how I laughed it off, how I told myself she was just lonely and harmless. Priya says that's exactly what made it work, that people like Dahlia count on us being polite, on us not wanting to make a scene. We're 10 minutes from the house now, and my heart is pounding so hard I can feel it in my throat. We pull onto my street 10 minutes later, and I see Dahlia's car parked crooked in front of our house, half blocking the driveway. My whole body goes cold. Reed is standing on the porch with his arms crossed, and our next-door neighbor, an older man named Walter who's lived there for 30 years, is standing on his own lawn, watching with a frown. Dahlia is standing on our front walk, hands clasped, talking in a soft, earnest voice. She looks normal, she has her hair down and she's wearing a nice cardigan and her face is calm and friendly. When she sees Priya's car pull up and me getting out, her whole expression changes. The friendly look disappears. Her face shifts to something cold and hard that I've never seen before. She straightens up, still looking at me, and her voice carries across the lawn. Several other neighbors are out, one watering plants, one walking a dog, and they all glance over. I'm so glad you finally got here, Nadia. We need to have an honest conversation with Reed, don't we? The way she says we makes it sound like we planned this together. More heads turn. The woman with the dog stops walking. My face gets hot and I can feel everyone watching. There's no we, I say. You need to leave right now. Nobody invited you here. My voice shakes, but I keep it steady enough. Dahlia tilts her head like I said something funny. Reed seemed really glad to see me when I got here. We had a great talk about all the problems you two have been having. He understands now. She looks at Reed when she says it. Reed's face goes red and he steps back toward the door. He looks sick. Walter glances between them, confused. Reed comes down off the porch and stands next to me. I asked you to leave at least 5 times, Dahlia. You kept saying you were worried about Nadia and needed to make sure I was okay. You wouldn't go. His voice is firm, but I can hear the strain in it. Walter clears his throat. She's been out here close to half an hour, he says to Reed. I came out because she was peering in your windows before you opened the door. I almost called somebody. Walter looks at Dahlia differently now, more carefully. Priya pulls out her phone and holds it up so Walter and Reed can see the screen. She swipes through the screenshots while she talks. Dahlia has been stalking them for months, she says. She follows them wherever they go. She went through Nadia's desk and computer without permission. She sent a fake text from Nadia's phone at 4 in the morning. She wrote a fake breakup email pretending to be Nadia. Priya keeps swiping and shows the timeline of Dahlia showing up at restaurants and the farmer's market. Walter's eyes get wider as he scrolls. He steps away from Dahlia slightly and looks at her like he's seeing someone completely different. Dahlia's calm cracks. Her jaw goes tight and her eyes narrow. Everyone is making this into such a huge deal, she says. I just wanted Reed to know how much Nadia complains about him at work. She's always saying she wishes she'd never married him. She thinks he's clingy and boring. She looks right at Reed when she says it. She actually sent me here to break the news to you because she's too much of a coward to do it herself. Her voice gets louder and sharper with each word. Reed's face goes pale. I grab my phone and pull up my email with shaking hands. It takes me 3 tries to find the right folder. I turn the screen toward Reed. Look at this. She wrote this on my computer pretending to be me. I never wrote any of this. The draft email is still there with all those cruel things about Reed. Things I would never say. Reed takes my phone and reads it. His expression changes from hurt to confused to angry in about 10 seconds. He looks up at Dahlia. You wrote this? You actually sat at her desk and wrote a fake breakup email and tried to make me believe it? His voice is harder now. Walter reads over his shoulder and his mouth drops open. He looks at Dahlia and then at me, and I can see the moment the story flips in his head, the moment he stops seeing a worried friend and starts seeing something wrong. Dahlia notices it too. Her composure starts to crack at the edges. She insists everyone is misunderstanding, that she came because she cares, that she's the only one being honest here. But her voice has gone shrill, and her hands are shaking now, and the more she talks, the worse she sounds. Reed lowers